It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's all up next.
On the banks of the St. Johns River, there's a good look inside Everbank Stadium here in downtown Jacksonville. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Jacksonville. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And a glance here at the southpaw, who will be calling the plays under center.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100 plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on second down.
On play action, they'll throw. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Now back to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, 3 and out to start the game would have been a real disappointment. So this is a nice job of finding something you think will work and executing it. And they're able to keep this opening drive going.
Back to throw now on first down. And his throw here's incomplete.
Barnett came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
Now a second and 10. They'll set up to run the quarterback draw. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 42. The third down conversion successful, a gain of 11. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. From the 23, here's second and a couple. They'll look to throw again. His throw incomplete. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is third down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got this complete to Ridley. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. But they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
He'll look to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Miller. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5. And so far, a very nice, methodical opening drive.
This has the feel of a scripted drive that they rehearsed perfectly all week long, and now they're executing it on game day.
Script looks good so far. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Jaguars put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
The slot man in motion right. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep, and that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
The quick feet by Jackson, and he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively, because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
Now Lewis here on first down. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Play action. Now Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Lewis between the tackles. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Jackson options out left. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
On 3rd down, it's Lewis. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and pick it up with Lewis. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. 1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Now it's Jackson. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. On second and goal, here's an option play left. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Jackson. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Justin Tucker for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This now a 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Caught, right side, it's Lewis. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Let's play. Let's play now, baby. Let's play.
2nd down and 6 now. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 39. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football. From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. As they've got it as we resume action. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll drop this one off with ETN. So no gain on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. They tried to swing it out left into the flat, but the defense, they were very principled there.
It felt very West Coast offense, didn't it? You know their expression, right? On a West Coast offense, when they throw the ball, it's either going to be a touchdown or a check down, meaning they like to press it downfield, and if they don't have it, swing it out, which is exactly what we saw there. But how about the great pursuit and tackle to make a nice play?
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 12-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Touchdown, Jaguars! A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. So they've had 2 drives, and he's had the 2 receiving touchdowns.
And how about a game plan where you decide to force feed or feature someone, and it works? First 2 drives, as you noted, end up in touchdown passes. I think they're going to keep going to them until the defense makes any kind of an adjustment.
Extra point attempt to come here. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. From the gun, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing is Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Mason. It is going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Christian Kirk deep to return it. This is taken at the 18. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29. They're going to look to throw. Big strides, look at him go. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Complete. Smith has it. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 26. They'll give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. On the handoff, Lewis running left. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Jackson taps this forward, jet sweep.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Up the middle here, it's Lewis. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Here is 3rd down and 4. Jackson now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on third down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
Jackson on first down. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a dump off here complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can't he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. On first down, it's Rice. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Here's Jackson. Complete here to the right to Bolden. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On first and 10, it's Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Now a first and 10 at the 11. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it first and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll set up to throw. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Caught right side. It's Lewis. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. Open man, this is Lewis. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's going to be caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Etienne is in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Oh, the return is Jones from the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3, and take some momentum into the locker room. That'll be caught by Rice. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay,
we saw
Coach,
a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Jackson from the shotgun. He's got Mason complete. So nothing doing there, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're in the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
Now Jackson. Slings it to Anders, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun handoff for Lewis. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, and it's 3rd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Rice, and he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on here to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now 2nd and 9. To throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Second and a couple. Running straight ahead, Taylor. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Again, it's Taylor. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 20 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. 2nd and 2. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Taylor will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. He finds Bolden. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. They go play action now. Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens are back within a score. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you? Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they're within 7 now at 28-21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. They'll try the left side with Taylor. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 28. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking for Ridley on the out route. He's got him. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down. Put a man in motion left, Ridley. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up first and goal.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. And they'll run with Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, his second touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars go up by 2 touchdowns.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far.
There he goes, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, put the ball right on him.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Jackson. On the move past the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the 4th. They'll run on first down. It's Rice, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
This is 2nd and 8. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 18. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there, because to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
On the handoff, Lewis. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
They try again with Lewis.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first.
It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit.
From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Tucker's kick is good.
And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the posts.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field.
Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs to keep up with your theme there, playing keep away.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
This is Lewis on the handoff. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Well, they certainly got dented with that first down run. So now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Lewis.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 48 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
Jackson on first down, escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, You should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On play action, they'll throw.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they amazingly have not seen a 4th down yet. They've converted every time. This is 3rd and 4. They'll set up to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he is going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. They'll set up a throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
And the Jaguars send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
They'll start off with a give to Lewis. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line.
54 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Jackson now. Complete here to the right to Bolden. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. They run with Lewis out of the gun. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
A second down run with Lewis, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
I like the call. It looked like the right time to dial up the running back screen. But this one got disrupted right from the start and ends up falling incomplete.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Jaguars getting set to go. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Let's get some roll.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Up the middle, here's Taylor.
And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he is going to have a Jags first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now 2nd and 5.
They go back to the ground now with Fournette. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
On the handoff, Taylor. And he will have a Jaguars first down, and that ought to be the one that seals the victory.
What's the deal, y'all? This is where you step up. Right here, baby.
Keep them moving.
And they will take a knee here.
You're supposed to catch that, man. That's how we eat. Rock and roll.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Fournette on the counter, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up at a steady clip the remainder of the game.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Jaguars are winners here as we say so long from Jacksonville.